YouTube, welcome to the Emporium Outdoors channel. So this is my first time with a sled, so kind of looking forward to see how it's going to be. I do enjoy the winter camping. It's nice to be able to get access. I don't have a snow machine as yet, so getting around the snow can be troublesome when it's really deep. Actually, it's the banks when they build up is pretty bad. So we've got a couple of kilometers to hike to get into our camping spot. Some of it's by road, so that's not going to be too bad. And then we're going to have to snowshoe for the remainder. So let's get to it, see how that goes. My first sled pull. Exciting. Into the snow proper now, so it's not too far, probably another kilometre, but it's a bit more, a little harder going in the snow rather than the packed road surface, so I'll check back with you shortly. Well, we finally made it. That was pretty tough going. Snowshoes were just sinking, probably about a foot each step. So that was pretty hard work. As we found it very difficult. But you know what? Heading out tomorrow should be much easier because the snow's going to be packed, obviously. Hopefully it'll freeze overnight and make it much easier to get out. So I decided to use one of my favourite camp spots because it's the first time with a sled. I don't want to complicate things with too many variables. So I knew how far this place was, I knew what was here, I knew what had to be done. So played it safe, I guess, but safe doesn't mean not fun. So I'm going to go ahead and get my shelter set up, and then we can get to get into fire, get some firewood, and all the usual camp tasks. So let's get on to that. So those of you that watched my previous video about my small backpack, my clips finally arrived and I have them fitted. So now to release it, it's just a matter of pull up on the toggle and she's off. So there we go, and that's the buckle, just to kind of put that back on again. Yeah, reconnected. So I'm kind of happy about that. Seems to work pretty good. So let's have a look at some of the gear I brought with me. So this is what I brought with me. This is a jet sled that I bought from Cabela's in Canada for $25 on sale. Seems a reasonable size for this type. I could lose some of this stuff. I think I brought too much as usual. But I want to get into practice for when my other tent arrives because it's going to be bulkier than this, so I really need to get used to handling larger loads. This is an old canvas duffel bag that I've had for many years. I think this is also from Cabela's. And what I brought along was, this is my mech sleeping bag. So this is the mech, I think it's called the Phoenix or something like that, minus 20 Celsius hybrid sleeping bag, so it's down and synthetic. This is the first time I've used this bag, but I did do a first look on my channel if you're kind of interested. So that's what I brought along. This is my Thermarest Trail Pro mat, I think it was. This is just an LL Bean fleece kind of sleeping bag thing. It's just so I can put the sleeping bag inside this and Esme won't get her feet all over it. This is Esme's food. I don't eat beef or pork anymore, so this is what she eats. It's kind of a nice treat for her when she's out here. Brought my Wetterling's Bushman axe. She brought a what is it? This is my snow shovel. I had this for a long time. This does have a NATO stock number on the back, so I've had that for a while. Must be 25 years. And it may surprise you which tent I brought along. It was actually the TETON quick tent. So I did have my TP tent, my Hex 3, all packed up, and this morning I changed my mind completely. I was like, you know, there's only one of me. This thing sets up so quickly, and I can just tear it down as quickly as well. So I actually like the tent for $90. That's Canadian. I don't think you can go far wrong with this, but I've really enjoyed this tent so far. I'm actually very impressed with the company and what they do. So this is what I've decided to sleep in. Another blanket for Esme. Silky big boy. This is my food, my outdoor speaker, just admin stuff, toothbrush, hygiene kit. I actually brought the Chiappa Badger with me. It's a gun I picked up recently. It's a very small backpacker kind of construction, and it's just a small 22, and I could do some target practice while I'm out here as well. So I brought that out just to have a quick look at it. I haven't actually fired it yet, but just for fun. So a couple of sets of gloves, my hoodie, balaclava. Love this thing. I think I picked this up like 12 years ago, something like that, on sale for like $20, and I love this. This is perfect for winter weather. And some water, additional water, and some fat wood that I brought with me. So that's everything I've got in my kit. And oh, my jacket is underneath here. Yeah, it's frozen already. So that's all my gear that I brought with me. Obviously my backpack, got my cook stove inside here. So I have some water. Cook stove, you've seen all this stuff before. This side is my poncho stroke bivvy for emergency use. This side's my food and Esme's water bowl. The only difference, what I brought with me this time was brought a small chisel. This is a curved chisel. I was going to try some woodworking while I was out here. This is a small Moira carving knife, which I've had again for must be 15 years. And I just made this small little pouch just to put everything in. So I could spend some time doing that. So that's everything. I think what I'm going to do is actually put my camp over there. That's where I had my cot tent last time. I think I'll put it there because the snow's less, and I think I'll just, you know what, I'll just scrape the snow out because it's only a couple of inches, and rather than try and pack it down, even though that's probably going to frost up, and Esme will have somewhere to actually hang out. So let's get to it. So this is the TETON XXL Outfitter quick tent. So let's see how quick we can get this thing up. Pretty much it. That's why I love this tent so much. It's just so quick to put up. And we'll put the fly on as well. So that's pretty much it. It's a freestanding tent, so I'm not even going to bother pegging it down. It's not going to go anywhere. But Esme's eyeing the tent up very suspiciously. I think she's getting the idea to jump inside as soon as I start setting it up. So I've been looking forward to trying out this sleep bag for some time. It is the Phoenix Hybrid -20 Celsius. So the top part is actually down, and at the bottom is actually synthetic, where your body compresses the fibers, where down is very easily compressed. So it's meant to be the best of both worlds. It's a little bit bulky, but on a sled it doesn't really matter. I would backpack with this, no problems. Like I said, I'm just going to put it inside this bag, because I know as soon as I have this set up, somebody's going to jump right inside. So I have my portable speaker, my lantern, Uco lantern, love these things, and most importantly, my pillow. So I really like this. This is the Climate Pillow X Ultralight. You see that? And it's really small. And all I do at night is I wrap my fleece jacket around this and it makes an excellent pillow. You comfortable? Good girl, Lismy. Luckily for my last trip I actually cached some spare firewood. So that's give me a bit of a head start. So I'll go grab the rest of it. So I think what we'll do now is just kind of wander through the forest, see if we can find a birch tree. I don't think there is any around here, but if I can get some small twigs and whatnot, then that'll help. I've got my tinder pouch as well, so shouldn't be too bad. I'll take my saw with me, see what we can find. So what I'm going to bring with me from my pack is my dump pouch, and that just clips straight onto my ribs front pack, and then I can collect all my materials in this. Saves me having to put it in pockets and whatnot. So off we go. Let's go and find some tinder. Still pretty solid. This is kind of what's knee height even in the forest here. Another load on the lichen. This feels super dry too. I don't recommend the taste. See poplar, see spruce, as I thought. There is no don't see any birch. another one. So this is everything that I collected. There's quite a bit of tinder. And this is the remnants of my old fire, which is kind of useful. So I'm just going to break this down to kindling. So with my knives and axes, I started using my gun cleaning lubricant, which is like a clean and lube, and it leaves like an oily finish on the material, on the metal, and it seems to do really well. I haven't had a spot of rust on this axe since then. Not that I'm inclined to put it away wet anyway, but occasionally, you know, it's going to sit in the garage for a couple of days, and you do get a little bit of surface rust. But since I started using that coating, it's been perfect. And I'll link to what that product is, because I can't actually remember. I think it's like a Hobbs number something or other. But yeah, still loving the axe. So the knife I brought with me today is this is the Moira, I think it's the Companion HD, and this is a great knife. I didn't bring my Falneven S1. This knife makes beautiful curls. Just like that. Whereas I can never really do that as much with a convex grind. I find the Scandi grind much easier for woodworking. Obviously the edge is weaker, but to be honest, I'm not really going to be abusing this knife. My thought behind the whole thing is, you have an axe, use the axe for the heavy work, use the knife for the finer work, and you don't have to do too much to actually keep the edge good. she goes. So not everything's going to go your way first time when you're out in the backcountry, but you just can't give up. You know, when you watch all these YouTube videos and the guy starts to fire the first time and everything's fine, I'm sure, I'm not saying in every case, but sure in some cases it's take 3 or take 4. So I try and keep it as real as possible. You know, sometimes the material just doesn't act how you expect it to.
Well, good morning. We slept pretty good. My feet were cold. It's my only problem. But we had a really good night. Very comfortable. As me. Pad was great. Sleeping bag actually was pretty good. But I've no idea why my feet were cold. It's not typical for me, so I don't know why. So I don't think the temperature was too low last night. Maybe -10, I would think, somewhere around there. Yeah, not too bad at all. Just starting to tidy up. Esme's sitting out in the sun. Got the fire going. And it's a beautiful morning. So just going to have some breakfast and then we'll start packing things up and head out to the truck. Yeah, very pleasant night.
Well, that brings us to the end of another video. I really enjoyed the idea of pulling my gear with a sled. I think I'll probably need a bigger sled for my main tent and stove. So I think this sled for $25 was not a bad way to haul smaller equipment, and I look forward to using it in the future. And until next time, take care. And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.